What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to see what it looks like on an earlier game account that has Sinbad. Now, this is one of my really early free-to-play accounts. We had enough to get a single pull on this raid up banner, which does mean we get a bunch of copies. It's more than just a single copy of a hero. You actually get your hero up to epic by doing that, which is pretty cool. However, as you guys see, he is going to be very minimal, not even unlocking like the highest of abilities here, so this should be a really good showing of like what the early game can be like. You can see here, this was our Floorbell account. You guys remember we used to play this a lot at the very start of the game, like completely. We've got the Odie, we got Floorbell. We don't have like the main core heroes even built up very high, so I kind of wanted to see what it looked like in some game modes that we don't traditionally follow that often. Now, Skyclops here probably is not going to go very well here. You can see oh man, this was an interesting server to say the least. I think a lot of people have quit on this server anyway, but I kind of want to show you guys like a before and after. So we're going to throw in a team like this with the Odie, with the Floorbell, with our support heroes. The Thoran is probably the question mark hero here because we don't even have him. We only have him, I think, at Mythic, right? Yeah, so he doesn't have Mythic Plus for the link. So again, this is very, very early game, but it was an opportunity to see if Sinbad can be of any use in the early game, because remember, they're probably fighting for the same spot, this Thoran and everything. Oh my gosh, do I not have animations turned off on this account? Oh my god, do you guys ever play the game without animations on? I always play without animations on. This one isn't every animation. It looks like it's a random one. It does make you kind of remember how there were a lot of really cool things in the game, like these animations that we just don't get to appreciate on a daily basis. Yeah, but essentially, like, this test is gonna have, you know, the Odie, the Smokey, the Coco, the core that just about everybody is building. And then it's the Thoran question, because Thoran's not linked to anybody, so he doesn't have the extra life. He doesn't have all this other stuff. Looks like we might actually get through this difficulty with the Thoran. Maybe. Just depends on how the damage adds up. I will definitely turn this off afterwards as well. But I feel like Thoran gives bonus damage to the target that he's hitting. I want to see what happens if we throw in a different hero, aka Sinbad, because Sinbad's the one that has the biggest amount of attack reduction and everything. So let me just go make one little fix real quick, because that is gonna annoy me to no end. Battle, never ever show me those ultimates. It just takes too much time, honestly. So now we're in the next difficulty. Let's throw the same team in. Let's see, because Thoran's buffing our damage, but he's not really reducing the damage our team takes. Whereas even with Sinbad not having Mythic Plus, he still does buff our damage as well as reduce the damage our team is going to take by lowering the enemy's overall attack. Now, it's only 20% of the normal value, but we'll have to see what this does. We are in endless mode, which does mean we can do a perfect example to see how these two shape up against each other. I really miss this team. Do you guys remember early on, the go-to was building that Cessia team, and then Floorbell came out, and it was like, well, Floorbell's just a better option than Cessia in a lot of situations. Most situations, especially if you get her to Mythic Plus. Looks like we're at about 7 billion damage here. Had a little difficulty taking out this wave here. Let's see what the Thoran's damage looks like too, because that's going to play a part. Thoran's at about 1 million damage, so nothing too crazy. And again, we got to 7 million damage, not billion, 7 million. So what happens if in this situation we take the Thoran out and instead put in the new hero we have? Now, one thing I will say right out of the gate here. Oh, geez, where is he? Why can I not see him? Wait, can you? Wait a minute. Am I just blind? Yeah, I'm just blind. Okay, so the one issue I could see is I've had Sinbad. I've been using him a lot. He is pretty squishy, but he loves going on the side of the boss. Yeah, that's the one thing I was wondering about with Sinbad. Because he is a melee hero, he's going to put himself in pretty much the worst positions possible to get any type of healing or anything like that. And if we don't have our shielding and everything up, that's not going to be good for us. And when you're on an early game account, the amount of support heroes that you can use that are going to be valid is much lower in most situations, which does make it a little tricky. We'll see if we can get him to survive. I'm really thinking we can't. The only way I think we could is if we like swapped him with Reinier so he gets the heal, but our Reinier is very low power level. I don't think that would solve much of anything. Yeah, 6.4 because we threw him in and he basically just died right out of the gate, doing next to no damage. We could try moving the Smokey position back to the front. Maybe move him around just a little bit. That way he doesn't run up immediately. And yeah, so he is safer in this situation. That's for sure. And he does teleport back to the front. He gets a full heal. Okay, maybe this actually works. The problem is at like the single pull on the rate up banner, he's just not going to have any real damage either. Well, he is going to be buffing the damage the boss takes. I don't think it's going to be as much as the Thoran. And it really is just going to come down to how much damage does he contribute here. Because we know a fully built Sinbad can contribute like 75% of the damage a Lily May can. An epic version is a little bit different. Let's see what this looks like though. So he keeps jumping back to the back of the battlefield, assessing the boss. You can see the two buffs at the top here. And yeah, it definitely seems like it's less. Not only does Thoran also do AoE damage, Thoran at Mythic is just definitely doing more in general. You see Thoran did like 1 million. He's doing about 275, and the buff he's bringing isn't quite there. So in reality, if we're talking about early game bossing, even a lower power level Thoran should be better, because again, remember, he also makes his enemy receive 13% more damage for the rest of the battle. That's really big. So yeah, I mean, I think the biggest downfall of early game Sinbad, and maybe even late game Sinbad, is the fact that the bosses only take 20% of this. So what's that? That's only like 7% additional damage from the guard, lowering the attack by what? 11%, which is solid. It's not bad. But until you get to those Mythic Plus unlocks, especially the high ones up, I think Sinbad is going to fall flat for a lot of people. I don't necessarily know if this is a hero you want to get just one copy of on the rate up. It does feel a little bit of a waste. As cool of a character he is, we'll have to see how he plays out. Again, remember, this banner is going to be up for quite a while here. I think he's up for another 17, 18 days. So we have plenty of time to continue testing him. So far on our main account, we haven't seen him very useful in any of the current Dream Realm bosses. We'll have to see maybe in battle drills or somewhere else he does become more viable. He's not being used in the Primal Lord. He's just not being used really anywhere just yet. But he does have promise. He's like so close to being usable. We can find a team that makes him work really well, then he could be busted OP better than Reinier. We'll have to see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.